Hey there YouTube, Inviso87 here with the fourth part of my collection video. I've pretty much figured out how to eliminate the audio from dropping, for the most part anyway. It still dropped right towards the end of the last video, unfortunately. But, so I've remedied that. This is the Exile expansion, fourth set, in Yu Yu Hakusho. This is where things start to get kind of broken, where people start to hate the game. But without further ado, our inserts, only 4 of them, all first edition. Then we jump into the set. I own the entire set, first edition, foil. Trying to pick up some other extras for playsets, which I'll get into later on. But in the meantime, here are the Ghost Rare foils, all first editions. And the first edition symbol is there, it's just covered by the protector. That Mercura piece, I believe it was this one. For some reason, I just had such a hard time getting that piece. It was the last card in the set I needed, I believe. I don't know why it took me so long to get it, but it did. It was just eluding me for the longest time. This set is the biggest set. I believe it sits at 100 and... oh lord, I don't even know. That's just sad. You'd think I'd know something like that. But it's 100 something cards. It's much bigger than all the other sets. I believe it's 181, I want to say? I don't even know. I think it's bigger than Ghost Files. Well, when we get to the end of the video, we'll find out. Or at least the end of the set. Jumping into the common and rare foils. With so many cards in the set, you can imagine how long it took me to get all of these. But eventually, after enough trying and collecting and searching and so much more, I managed to finally complete the set. There is, I believe, only one card in this set I'm looking for an upgrade of. Of course, the card is being a pain in my butt and avoiding me like the plague. I'll mention it when I get to it. Almost picked up a second Suzaku, a fierce foil. Really wanted to pick up a set of it. But unfortunately the guy decided to not part with it, which is fine. It's not like I needed it, so it's not that big a deal to me. If you haven't noticed already, you'll notice that these are all double rainbow foils. After Gateway bridged the single rainbow and double rainbow, they decided to stick with double rainbow through the sets. Thank the Lord they didn't decide to do 2 sets of each anymore, because after Gateway that was a pain in the butt. And there's our infamous card, Mach. Mach is the one that keeps avoiding me like the plague. I think mine's just got some wear to it, which is why I want to replace it. I know that a lot of the cards that I want to replace, I've been pretty good on getting them. It's just that's one of the ones that's been avoiding me, the Gathering of Villains, Double Rainbow. That one's been avoiding me too. Everyone seems to have all the other 4 types except that one. I know for Racer Team IQ, I am still looking for one more first edition foil. I do have an unlimited of it. So if you have a first edition foil and didn't want to let it go because it was foil, I do have an unlimited I can trade you for it. Uncontrollable Power. I'm looking for 3 first edition foils of those for a deck. As it stands, I only have 1 unlimited foil of it as an extra, so I can't really let that one go until I get at least 2 more. I know Marco Jaros has one. I'm hoping to pick that and the Raise Your Team IQ off of him. But we'll see about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this set was 181. Because we're up to the 150s just about now. Just recently picked up this Team Atsubushi. I had one, but it had a pretty bad damage to it. And just recently picked one of those up to replace the one that I had that was damaged. And finally, we get into the starter deck cards, which are not foil. You can't get them as foils for whatever reason. They were supposed to be starter decks, but Score decided to cancel them. And the starter deck cards. Picking up these cards, playsets of them in first edition, was fun, to say the least. Not too many people had them, and not too many people had them as first edition, so it was a real pain in the butt to get playsets of them. Then we end with Stone Toss, and jump into the tournament set. After the tournament set, we jump into the league set, starting with Code. And we're almost at the end. After the league set, we jump into the promos. We have the tournament pack promo, the end, and then we've got the Megalithic, Grenade, Hatred, Banished. Hatred's a pain in the butt to get. It tends to be pretty expensive. I was really happy when I got a playset of those. And finally, the last two cards, Peak and Coalition. Peak had been eluding me for the longest time. I only had two of it for... no, I think I only had one of it for years. And then finally I found a website that still carried the magazine that the promo originally came in. So I had to email them, ask them how many they had of it with the promo. And thankfully they had 3 of it, so I bought my entire playset right then and there for like 15 bucks. And the card itself goes for like 15 bucks alone. So I really got them for a steal. The site doesn't carry anymore because I was nice and let people know where to get it. So with that, that ends the Exile set. Next up will be Betrayal, which is a much shorter set. And that set is also completed, but you'll see that next video. Anyway, thanks for watching, YouTube.